name's Kemi Falarin, and at Free to Talk, we're a counselling service that provides you psychodynamics and person-centred counselling. So here at Free to Talk, we provide a safe environment for you, a place where you can come free of judgment, but most importantly, a place where you can come and express yourself, where you can dig deep, uproot, and rediscover who you are. Because within inside all of us, we have the resources, the answers, and the potential to help us reach our full potential. So if you are interested in counselling, give us a call today, drop us an email, because we're here ready to help you.
Change, innovation.
Episode what?
Progression.
23 and that. Goat like that's 23 is the goat, innit?
It is.
It's the Chicago Bulls thing, Jordan thing. 23, we're in that year 2023 as well, innit? That's a bit weird, isn't it?
2023, 23rd episode.
Yeah, that's mad.
What's the date today?
You're not meant to be talking anyway. You're meant to introduce you, and then it's like then the camera flips onto you.
And it's the 23rd of January.
Is it? No way.
It's the 23rd.
No, but you're not meant to tell people when we film. No one knows nothing. Like no one knows nothing. It's all mad.
Okay, well, not
That's a
March.
23rd of January.
Right, let me check it.
The 23rd, 23rd episode and 23rd year.
2023, so that was about to happen.
Fun.
Yes. What?
Thank you, Lord.
I have to delete all that bit.
Hallelujah.
That was a bit too much for everybody to understand. Do you get me? Hey, we're here, you know. We're here. We're back again. We're keeping it moving. Hold tight, the haters. Big up yourself, 9565 Brockwine.
Brockwine.
Come on now.
Pick
we've got
yourself
you,
up. Rub your shoulder off. You get me?
Come on. Show them the new thing. Like I like that, but I ain't got no men's version of that.
New season. Get me?
It is.
Talk about new seasons and
New
that.
season. Get me? We're going.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that one still.
We're going for it.
So we're going for it. Now, yeah, what's new? What's new? There's so much going on. It's mad. Like we ain't gonna lie to you. There's so much going on. Like I haven't been on social media or nothing for a hot minute. I just been kind of chilling out and that. I ain't been. Yeah.
Not been 100% well neither.
Nah, I've been ill as well. Man was knock out a little hot minute. You get me? Like when this series comes out.
Boy.
Yeah, I was knock out. When I say like I came home from one session with some kids, oh my days, that just made it 10 times worse. They were all fighting and that. I said, listen, Shannon, I'm just going straight to my bed. As soon as I get home, I'm going straight in the bed. I went straight in the bed. I didn't wake up till like Sunday. To give me something mad like that. I said, I didn't even bathe, didn't do nothing, didn't brush the teeth, didn't do nada. No, I did actually brush my teeth.
But yes, but no, to be fair, taking a little siesta from social media it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, it is a no. Yeah, no, you miss out. You don't miss nothing. It's just like you just start again. It's like a slip road, isn't it? Like the motorway, you just back on it. But yeah, it just doesn't go.
Sometimes it can be quite time consuming and mentally consuming.
It can.
Because then every minute it's just let me check again. Yeah, you're just on it like 20 minutes.
And I done one day like with no phone. Like I just locked off the phone.
See, I can do that quite easily.
People were cussing like, "What, go on," but I locked off the phone for a whole day. You know, like just lock up. The battery died. I couldn't bother to charge it. I just just left it. It felt good. I actually would love to just be able to do that. Just lock off the phone and not do nothing.
What stops you?
You know what? I'm self-employed. I've got a business to run. I've got to keep it going. Like as much as I could just say, if I didn't work for myself, then yeah, I probably could get away with doing that. But I work for myself. People, I've offered a service out there, and now I don't want to be part. You know what I mean? It's a bit strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
And opportunities, because I planted so many seeds. Opportunities come up any day. So do you get what I'm saying? And that could be that picture where that one where the diamond's there. And that one time I locked off my phone.
No,
it can happen.
No, if it's got your name on, it will be
100,
there
100.
ready for you when you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you have a business line and a personal line. So
both of them are lock off. Lock off. Battery died. Lock off.
You can choose what side you want to lock off from.
No, 100%.
But anyway, have you introduced the guest?
No,
man's just going.
I know. That's you. That ain't me. No, I have to give you come, Shirina. Big up yourself for coming down. Listen, we needed you on there because one, we have to give you your flowers. Part of our thing is to give people flowers from my perspective, and then Shan's got her perspective. But my perspective mostly is that for the support and mechanism that you've given us throughout the whole time. I've been around, like, because we've been friends for a long time.
Long time.
Then I didn't realise you get me friends, and I'm like, what kind of madness is that? But at the same time, it's been such an organic and beautiful relationship we've had, and we met on so many different platforms and that, and yeah, I just wanted, and just to know that you're still around and you're supportive, and it ain't even that, you know what, it come to the since my birthday, my surprise birthday, yeah, let me break it down, like, so my surprise birthday, I've been getting blessings from that day onwards. Wow. Yeah, so it's been a constant, probably up until now, I can say it's constant, and I've been living off that for a hot minute. I did tell Shan after a while, I was like, I'm still living off the buzz. And I've even looked at certain photos, I've looked at videos, I still haven't, because it's a bit emotional in that sense, which I will get around to it, I promise, like I will. But what it was I asked Shan to do the prayer in it. I go, no man, get Shirina to do that prayer in it. Get Shirina to do that prayer in it. Because she want to show off in her little frock and that people are still begging me all now where she got the frock from. But she don't want to tell no one. That's her business. So basically, the prayer you put down, and you know me, but don't know me, but do know me, but not. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that prayer alone was mad. The way you just articulated everything into one and just. If I could play it now, I'll play it. Like, if I could cut the screen and just play it, I would do it. But when I listen back to it, it's like, right, it's the way you spoke through, especially what Shan said afterwards as well. It was like, how did she know that? Do you get what I'm saying? And it was mad. And that just touched me. So that's the icing on the cake of our relationship. So I had to say, you know what?
Cry.
No, allow it. I had to get you on there to give you a flowers.
Made him cry?
Gosh.
No, I didn't cry. Bad man don't cry. Bad man don't cry,
You
fam.
said you're a bad man.
I am blessed and delivered. So at the end of the day, no, I had to give you your flowers and that, and it's not just for that, just for being the person that you are and for what you've been doing, and you've always shown up. I don't think I've ever not seen you show up.
There was one time, your engagement party.
Doesn't matter, but I know they have a reason for that. There's no, I know 110% there's a reason behind it. I don't have to even ask Shan. I just know there's a reason behind it. Because I know your journey as well to a certain extent, it's like, yeah, that makes, just to see you still operational, and I can phone my sis or message you and we can go back and forth for someone that I can reach out to. And I know Shan can definitely reach out to. So I said, nah, Shan, we have to give her flowers, innit? Like, if you don't mind. And she's like, you're cool, sir. God give her flowers. Love and light, people. Love and light.
The way he impersonates me
it's so not you.
Is it bad?
It's not me.
Yeah, come. Yeah, how you gonna come on big telly like this and your eyes all thinking? Yeah, it's
What?
It's gone.
But yeah, love and light, people. What? Give some credit, man. I've got a little bit more.
What did he say? Put us a speck on my name.
Put some respect on my name.
Yeah. Do you agree? Is it wrong to give her flowers? Like, do you agree?
No, of course.
Okay,
Everything you said.
Same like.
Except your impersonation of me. That's all.
What about from your perspective? Because I said, like, you know what I mean? Because you know her differently to me, then, innit?
Yeah. But yeah, there's nothing I can add on. Well, there is many I can add on to that, but it's not necessary at this point. So yeah, Shirina Carstens, welcome, my sissy.
Yeah, my sissy, my sissy. No, we had also. There's another obviously part that we want to get on, and it just came to me in the last 2 hours. I'll be honest with you. I did have the plan in terms of the whole scheme of the mental health element, and I really want to look at that because I watched something yesterday, and then something come up just 2 hours ago in a conversation with somebody, and obviously Shan ain't aware of it either. But yesterday I was watching it with Renee. Channel 4 debt management, people are going through debt and problems now. And it was quite deep just to watch people.
I saw a little bit of the guy talking about the bailiff.
Yeah, and it was upsetting, he was crying, it was peak.
It said something about bailiff was trying to take his Christmas presents and
birthday
presents.
It was mad. And the thing is, he didn't know where the debt was coming from. So he didn't know where the bailiffs, he thought it was from council tax. It wasn't. The council said, no, we didn't send bailiffs. So he didn't know where the debt, it's got so messy, he doesn't know where the debt's gone. Then I was speaking to someone on the phone today, and they were saying that they don't feel, and it was just strange they said it. They said they don't feel they are where they're at and don't feel worthy. So they feel like wherever they are now in their life, I hope it makes sense. I'm sorry if people feel where they are in their life, they don't feel like they've achieved anything.
Okay.
And you look at them and you think, bro, but you're doing all right, bro. And in his head, he's like, no, I don't feel like, I feel worthless. I feel unachieved. I feel like I'm just going around in circles. I feel like, what am I doing this for? And I'm thinking, wow.
I think everyone at some point will feel like that. I think maybe sometimes to the outside, people looking in would be like, no, like, you're doing good, like, you know, well done. But the person themselves, because many people would say to me, like, nah, Shan, like, you're doing bits, innit? You got your shop, you're your own boss, and you're doing this and you're doing that. And that is all true. And not that there's an element of, how can I say, ungratefulness, but to what you are striving for or what you envisioned your life to look like at a particular time, it might not necessarily match up.
I think what we need to remember is we're all human and everybody has a human experience, but also that is leveled up to society, and a lot of people live in comparison. So their vision was good until they saw somebody else, good until someone told them that their vision wasn't good enough, good until that paycheck didn't cover a bill that, like you said, brought bailiffs, and now that's brought trauma. So now they have a traumatic revelation of finance. And how we process these things can also delve onto our identity. And a lot of people place things on identity. So when you say, who are you? I say Shirina Carstens. Someone else would say, I'm a project manager. I'm a manager of a, because that gives them power. Not knowing that when I was born as Shirina Carstens, that is my power. And not utilizing that power in wherever I go. I don't need to change my title, I just am. I was talking the other day to someone about the difference between self-esteem and feeling good. You can feel good and have no self-esteem.
How does that look? What does that look like?
That looks
Sorry, because I'm not kind of, I like to visualize, I like to see things in it.
So
what does that look like?
No self-esteem but feeling good. I'm just hypothetically going to give a scenario.
Yeah.
A woman with a good dress on, good heels, hair's done, face is beat, the right fragrance on, and she's left her house with her last £20, but she's going to the club and she's going to have a good time. In that moment towards the club, she's happy.
Feels good because she's getting attention, or she feels good in what she's.
It depends what that going to the club means to her. Whether if it is for the attention, or
it could be
if
anything.
it is for blow steam off, forget what's going on. But just rewind that, the bit where the self-esteem comes in, where it's non-existent. The reason why, and not subject to, putting the wig on, the lashes, the makeup, the this, the that, like the layers, before I come outside. Because without that, I'm not the lit one. Without all these layers, they're going to know the real me. What does that mean for me? Because when I speak to a lot of girls who wear loads of makeup, for example.
You come out hood. My girls come out like, usually, people will dress up and all that. And see, certain people come on, they'll just put my shirt on.
And I'm just going to say, disclaimer, the reason why I talk about it is because a lot of my clients talk about this, why they wear makeup. Yeah. A lot of my clients talk about why they use clothes and fashion or money to make them feel a certain way. I even speak to women who are high earners, close to millions or more, who are depressed, who have tried to take their lives. Why? Because they thought in getting all those things, it was going to remove the pain that was really deep down. So a lot of why we might, and I'm not talking about accentuating your face, I'm talking about completely changing your face, is because you don't like what you see when you look in the mirror. But somewhere along the line, that's connected to something that someone has said, done, that was a negative experience.
I think trying to get as far away from that as possible.
Trying to just remove that picture, create a new picture, and makeup is the cheapest way you can do that, though it's not cheap. But you can put on a new gear, go out, and whilst that person is in the club, whilst that person's in the restaurants doing up Novacon and Mayfair, and they can't remember that council tax that was knocking their door. They don't remember the fact that there's bare plates in the kitchen. They don't remember the child that they're stressed about. They don't remember the dad that wasn't there. They don't remember in that moment. And it's not something to pick on a particular. We all do it in so many different ways. Some people, no, let me not say that. We all have a thing that we might go to when we're not feeling quite happy.
No, it's mad. Because obviously we've spoken about your situation in terms of how you've overcome, and I know you don't just overcome, you still go through it. It might go back and forth, but I always say to people, be careful of the mind, don't play with the mind like that. And I was cautious of myself, like don't over like we were just talking, like I knew I have to go and lay down, and if I didn't lay down, I knew that my mind will start to go in a mad. My body would I have to start listening to my body more. That's what I said I started to do. As much as it stresses me out, like to just know, why am I laying down? What are you doing? Get up, you lazy little. It bugs me, but I'm not used to that. But I've had to learn to listen to my body and say, you know what? Sometimes you have to just. And I don't want to be that person that overthinks things. Because what it does now, when you start taking on too many of these things and you've got nowhere to kind of like let it go, then it becomes a. That's when I start to worry about the whole thing of, am I cracking? Am I alright? Start questioning your mind.
What happens if you crack?
This is what I'm saying. You don't know. I don't know what will happen. I don't know that. Because that would be amazing.
So you prepared yourself as something that hasn't yet happened. But what if your crack is...
No, I'm looking at this is how mad it is. Like, you shouldn't do this comparing thing in it. But I've watched brothers like that used to go in primary school with me all the way up. Now they're outside. I'm watching them like begging for money outside certain places. Like I said, what happened? Do you get what I'm saying? So that makes me think, don't mess about like that. And then because me and Shanna suffered like already two funerals already this year. Three funerals this year. And I've still got 2 more to go this month. I'm like, so I'm not making no sense. Like, so now I have to start thinking differently in terms of relationships and people and blah, 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 and all these kind of things. So now it's even putting more, and I don't want to apply more pressure on myself, but I know that I'm watching people out there and I'm thinking, what is that? Some people are that close to cracking, and I don't want to be that person to be that. So I'm kind of thinking of...
So you mean what, cracking is in losing your mind?
Yeah, we've lost our minds already. I don't know.
I don't know. I've lost my mind before. It's not that bad.
Where do you go? I don't know. This is what I'm saying. Is some people can't come back, I've seen people not come back.
That is true.
And you can't play with that. Once that breaks, that's it.
I definitely wouldn't say it's a place... I wouldn't say go visit it, because I don't know if you're strong enough. Do you know what I mean? But I've lost my mind before. And where do you go? Cuckoo land. That's the truth. Where you go is not real. And it's...
And then you don't even know yourself that you've gone there. Or do you know? Did you know?
Not in the time.
Yeah, okay.
If you come back, then you realise. And not say like it was yesterday. You don't realise today. It's years. You think, because at the time where you are seems so real. It seems like whatever you're talking seems true. So, for example, my one was psychosis, yeah? And
what's psychosis? Because so many of these things now.
Is where thoughts and feelings become amplified almost like 10 times. So you know how you feel, just if you're happy, you know how you feel. Let's think of a feeling of going on a roller coaster, yeah? You haven't been on it before, you're about to go on it. It's the sickest one, it's got a mad drop, all of that, yeah? You're in the queue, you get that feeling. Imagine that 50 times more.
And then you're going to get on the thing as well. And you're mad.
And imagine that for sadness as well. That's how it is. So that's just the feeling part. But then there's the imagination part. And usually what happens with the psychosis reflection is usually the things that are in your subconscious that you've packed away. Whether it's true or not, whatever. And when I say true or not, some of the things we believe are not true, like I'm ugly, but then some things might be true. Let me not say that one. I'm really sad my grandma passed away. Yeah. How did that affect me? I didn't even say it to my family. Shirina was fine. She done the funeral. She did that. We packed up, and that was that. But when I went home, that looked very different to me. That's an example. That's on a very nice level. Then there's the other level of demons. Like, I'm trying to say it so it's not traumatic for whoever might watch, but I was riddled with demons. One of them was death. One of them was fear, and one of them was just I was running. It was like I wanted to run away from all the things that were chasing me. If you ask my friends, they'll tell you, as in, I don't remember all of that part, but things like they're chasing me, they're gonna kill me. Things like I'm gonna die in my sleep. So I didn't sleep for like a month. I just was so on it that I was gonna pass.
Or they're coming for you, or whoever that is coming for you.
Every little thing was they're coming for me, and that comes from, I'm not gonna go too much into it, but when I was young in gang culture, there's a lot I saw. I never got counselling for that, because you don't say stuff, you know. I've seen a lot of people die, like in front of me, in horrific ways. I always believed when I was young that I was gonna die young, because I just didn't see long life at the time.
Of course.
So when I went into that psychosis, that's all it was. It was just death and sadness and depression, and not even depression. It was worse. It's the other bit, which is just no feelings. Just, and when I say nothingness, like, I hate to think of it, but like my daughter didn't even make me happy. Even seeing her, it was just like, oh, okay, it's a nice baby.
No, this is real stuff, because some people feel that, but don't know. They question it and think, am I normal still? You get it?
It's like you're void.
You're going through it, innit?
You're void of your feelings. When I say void, it just non-existent. If you said, are you happy? I don't know. Are you sad? I don't know. How do you feel? Nothing. That's what it was. And then things play out in your head. And when I say things, like almost when I say stories, like a film. So every day I'd wake up, and blessings to my bestie. She was always by my side, and I'd say to her, okay, so we've got to shut all the curtains because they're coming. It was just, I'm not going to go into too much in case someone's going through it, but imagine that from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep, every little thing. I hear the dustbin men, I would go and
You're
hide.
a big person as well, so you're up
I was
all
25.
night. Yeah, you're up the whole day, like normal, you're not
Just,
napping.
like, I'll be by the window, waiting, and as soon as I would see whatever I saw, and I say whatever because now I realise it wasn't real, but like I'd see people running around, they were not there. So I'll give you an example. Oh my God, when I was in the hospital, in my hallucinations, that's another thing, you hallucinate a lot.
Is that even like...
Is that from the drugs and that, or what is that?
I was on drugs. That's
no,
one thing.
Is it the medication then?
I didn't take no drugs.
This is just your head. Your head got matters.
Like, I had gone.
Okay.
I wouldn't accept no drugs. That's the one thing that they kept saying to me. Like, I heard them talking and they would say, this girl's way too smart. Like, she's not taking nothing. I just knew if I take the drugs, and my bestie, bless her, she said, if you take it, you're going. That's it. Because you're just numb till who knows what happens. Yeah. But I was in the hospital one time, and one of my hallucinations was I saw a gunman in the hospital in it. So I reported it. I said to the nurse, no, I just saw someone running with a gun. It's not funny. This is in King's College Hospital, they can vouch.
You can't go there again, banned.
And they got the squad to come in.
No, because they don't know. They have to take you seriously. You don't know. You could have been...
The whole ward was lock off.
Come on now.
And I'm just chilling in my bed eating carrots. It's not funny, but
yeah.
I thought someone was coming for me.
All news and that. Channel 4 and that. You're mad as...
Yeah, and there's things... I'm telling you. There's things that everyone can vouch for. Because everybody experienced it who was with me. Yeah. They experienced of it mad.
But then people are looking now and thinking, but hold on, she's calm now. Or is it... Do you still take... I know it's mad, you know, because we wear these labels, innit? We've got these labels. Do you still wear the label? Like, would you still go to... Would you still, like...
I'll be honest, I didn't know that was the label until I was going through my paperwork the other day. I just knew I was not well. But I didn't know it was that. Because when I was going through my paperwork, I said, is that? It's some long... I said,
they spell it differently.
I'm keeping this paper because this is my testimony. But I never did take the title because I just... let me just say this as well. I believed I had a mental breakdown. They tried to put loads of other things on it, but I just believe I had a mental breakdown.
Okay, cool.
And I was honest to myself. No matter how far I was, I just knew I've had a tough life. I never had counselling. I've had support, but it wasn't the support I wanted. And the beginning of motherhood broke me. But it broke me for the better. Because what that enabled me to do was you know, say to myself, do I want to just come clean with myself?
What does that mean? What does that mean? You have to break these things down,
Yeah,
because
because you
you
lie
got
to
a different mind sometimes. You know, like I'm hearing them, I'm like, hold on, what did she just say?
When I say come clean to myself, sometimes everyone can admit you've either told a porky, and I mean to yourself, maybe not externally, but like, oh, I don't really like these jeans, but I'm going to wear it. But you'll wear it in hope that someone might say, oh, I like those jeans, but you don't really like them. Something as small as that.
Mad.
Or something as big as, Shirina, are you having a mental breakdown? Do you feel okay? To be able to say yes took a long time.
Okay.
No. To be able to say no.
No, I'm not.
Do you feel okay? I feel strange, but I'm okay. To be able to say, do you know what? I don't think I'm okay. That's the day I got help. And that could look like so many things. Not looking at your bills when they're coming through the door. I used to have a stack of bills in my house that I just never... And my bills weren't even deep. I don't know. But this was the start of it.
Yeah.
And then abstract conversations. You just make stuff up. All the way to like... You know, like, you don't even know if you're telling the truth. It's weird. Yeah, one day I just had to come clean with myself, because the truth is you can't go to a counsellor, you can't go to a psychiatrist or any ist until you say, I want help because of
this reason.
You need to say it to
Yeah.
yourself. Because then when you go to them and you say, this and this is my problem, and when I say it doesn't need to be the logical, psychological.
Yeah.
It needs to be, I'm having these visions, I see these things, I feel really sad 97% of the time. I don't know why. I'm really happy for my baby, but I don't feel connected to her. I really want to love her.
Supposing you don't know though. Supposing you don't know what's wrong with you, like.
You do know.
Yeah, you do.
You do know, but you just
can't articulate it. Can't
articulate it.
Yeah,
you don't have the bravery to come up
actually,
and accept.
Because it's like to speak it out.
And
what does that look like?
You don't need to like tell friends, but you need to come clean to self. But then also, it's always having the access to...
So when you come clean to self, yeah, what does that look like, innit? Do you say it out or do you write it out? Because...
I don't think there's like one strict path, because for example, I'm a creative, so I wrote poetry.
Yeah.
But then there's the whole sitting down and writing a journal. There's a write it in the letter and then burn it. There's a... and this is like the pre-stage before you go and get help. There's a pray on it. There's a... And actually, let me just say on that note, yes, I believe in Jesus. Yes, I'm a Christian. And I'm a prayer warrior. Everybody knows. I'm an intercessor. That's my job. But there's some things Jesus can't do. Just because he needs you to move forward. He can heal you. This is why I'm here today. He can restore you. He can empower you. He can change you. But there's certain traumas that you do need a human being on the planet to kind of help you sift through it. So the way that I'm healed, I wouldn't be healed if I didn't know God. But if I didn't go to that therapist, I wouldn't know how to access not traumatizing myself again, going through it all.
The tools
to really be able to know, you know, how not to be angry for being fostered, how not to be angry that your mum and dad weren't there, how not to be angry that my life was just...
That's a lot. You see that little piece there? That's a lot already. Do you get what I'm saying?
But it takes time, and don't get it twisted. I did sit in one session, it was fabulous. First of all, recovering from the head stuff took me 2 years. Just that. Prayer and that was it.
What was the trigger? Like, what was the life moment?
Having my baby.
Okay.
Motherhood.
So, did they not first put that as like postnatal?
But
what's that, like postnatal depression and that? That's what man them have now as well, you know. Man them have got that.
Apparently, it's a thing.
It's a man them thing as
well.
Sounds like, what?
It's true.
So man them suffer it as well. Nah, it's a peak thing.
Okay, you're not, so...
But the thing we rebuke that. But,
no, man's claiming.
That's
depression.
a very...
No, I'm not claiming it. I'm saying man them.
Yeah.
Man them go through it
and
as well,
I said
man.
you're not, and you said...
How do you know that? I said you're that.
Okay, we're going through something.
We're not bypassing your feelings, but do not claim that, because this...
Yeah,
remember what you said, some people don't return, we need you.
I hear it.
But yeah, motherhood was the thing that struck that, and why that struck it. Again, all of this was helpful because I learned through therapy. why it struck that chord, and I just, as you say, the switch went off. So by the way, anybody's capable of a mental breakdown. It just takes for the wrong scenario to happen the wrong time.
That's what I'm saying.
That's it. And why it happened for me is because I was always the strong one, just growing up. Always the strong one, always the go-to, always the helper, always. And then when I became a mother, growing up, my mum wasn't around. And so it suddenly hit me like, oh, what do I do? Who do I call to breastfeed? And I was sick when I had her, so... And don't get twisted, my daughter's dad's family was so helpful, but they weren't my mum.
Yeah.
And that just cracked me, because I just didn't know. I did know what to do, but I just wanted someone to tell me just because. I wanted someone to grab my titties and put it in the baby's mouth. Like, I've seen that. That's all I've seen people do. Or the mum sitting
that motherly.
Yeah, like the mum sitting right there and just can't wait to hold the baby. Yeah. It just wasn't there, and it really broke me. But it didn't break me for the yearning of my mother. It broke me because I didn't know what to do for myself. But that then was the epidemic for what really happened in my whole life. It's like it pulled the rug from under my feet, but then the real mountain behind me just collapsed.
So you're saying any time, any place you could just like that, and then with cost of living and everything that's going on now, and I'm just watching certain people, like even the brother that was talking on the phone today and telling me like he doesn't feel worthy and that. I'm thinking, like, what do you mean, bro? Like, you're good, fam. But then I can't keep saying that. That's wrong for me to say that. I said that in my head, but I'm like, bro, everyone's going through it in some way,
You don't know as well what people's template is. So he's got a template in his head of a requirement. And some people have the destination issue. They're forever chasing a destination, and sometimes they've arrived, but because it doesn't look like what they thought, they keep going. Do you know what I mean? But also, there's expectation for men, especially if he's got family or siblings or something, to be a provider.
Yeah, or the culture he was raised in.
So life is different now.
For every man's got their own. Yeah, every person's got their own template.
So everyone's got their own. Like, by now, how old am I? Yeah, soon to be that age. I was.
What age, fam? What age? Are you gonna soon to be that conversation with herself? Whole conversation with herself.
Yeah, we still do that because that's
past 30 before 40.
There you go. I'm sweet. That's it. So yeah, at my age, I wanted to be retired by now. For example.
Okay.
I wanted to be retired.
I think we all wanted to. We're not gonna be old
I
like.
don't know what retired looks like.
I think that the template I had was wrong, and I've reset it, so it's a bit more realistic. Still got some more years to work. But.
Yeah, because I've always had the vision when I had the shopping Forest Hill days that I would have several shops in different areas, and I would literally just be going to check on, drop off, pick up each location. That was literally...
Pick up the peas and that.
Yes, pick up the peas, drop off stock, deliveries.
Check for my camera on your phone now, you get me?
Well, you can't pick up...
In your Range Rover and that.
In the ring.
But yes, in my Range Rover. Yeah, all of that. So that is what I envisioned, not in the sense of retiring.
Retirement for me, by the way, is not working. For me, retirement is where income comes in that I don't have to necessarily get up for.
What's that noise?
That's what I like.
What's that noise?
Yeah, the hongo.
Yeah, the mongo.
Yeah.
So,
I love when I'm sleeping. I just hear the...
And then you can't hear it go the other way though or something. Sometimes I hear it go ching and it goes like, whoa. At least let it stay in there for 2 minutes.
Like the direct debit or the paper waiting to go through. It just
that's that Netflix that was waiting.
Do we think we... why do we apply so much pressure on ourselves in that sense? And as a guy, it might be different. I don't know. Females, do you not feel that you may apply a bit too much pressure on yourselves or not?
Pressure's circumstantial, because my pressure comes from the idea of not failing. This is not now, but before. It was a composition of not failing because where I had come from, that was failure.
Okay. So it was
to make something of myself as a form of achievement. So that, whether to the world or to myself, but to achieve this thing, and then at that place I can make a choice what I want to do. Didn't really happen like that, but now the pressure is just... I just think there's certain thresholds, and until you push through that roof, You can't see, like, I still feel like I'm the crab in the barrel right now. I need to get past that because my mind, my purpose is way bigger than that. And until I push through that barrel bit, I'm not going to be able to feel that sea breeze that I want to feel.
That level of freedom.
Yeah.
I think from that conversation with my guy today, because I had to review quickly before I come on do anything. You have to do a check-in, like a little check-in with yourself. And I think what I did, I checked and I'm like, you're not doing too bad. You're alright, bro. Just keep going, innit? But don't beat up yourself, innit? Like,
that's the thing. I think we need to learn to appreciate. We should learn to appreciate the small things. I was saying it to you earlier. Like, before I used to look for the big hoo-has. This is an amazing achievement. Yeah. But waking up is an achievement. Breathing is an achievement, especially for me, who was bound. And I couldn't put my foot on the floor, because when I had that mental breakdown, my cognitive went. I didn't even know how to move my body. Yeah. So me being able to get up and walk to the kitchen, what do I want to
like just
cook?
Basic things that people don't even
actually fling a meal together from scratch. Like I couldn't cut all of this.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't do that. I make candles now. Like I couldn't do that. And being okay with the now. I feel like.
What do you mean being okay with the?
You see what you just said.
Living in the now, or not the past, not the present.
When you said, I'm not in a too bad place. Like recognizing that this place is not a too bad place. This was once a dream.
Yeah.
One time in your life, you dreamt for this moment. Now you've achieved it. You always want more. But we need to learn not to not want more, but not be so yearning after the more that we don't even appreciate this
what
bit.
is the present.
So, for example, I was saying to Shan earlier, 2 years ago, one of my prayers was financial stability and to be in a position where my purpose wasn't a burden anymore, because it was becoming a bit heavy.
I love that. Sorry to cut there. That's my main thing. I'm not turning off my phone. You know, that's my main thing. Like being there for people and that, being that rock and where. Me turning off my phone, I felt guilty. You know, like I thought, oh my days, like there's people probably out there, where. And it was the case. When I turned the phone on, it's all there, innit? But I didn't let that come a bird. I swear that I was like literally like.
The thing is, you have to know that.
Go on, sorry, sis.
As much as everyone's important, you're more important.
Yeah, if I'm not here,
God forbid something happened to you, all of them lose.
Yeah.
And family, right?
No, 100.
But yeah, in that situation, I prayed for financial stability, and I prayed that my burden would my purpose would not become a burden, because it was becoming a burden. And God did that. How? He gave me a job that was completely nothing to do with what I've ever done before.
Stacking bread and that in Tesco's?
Kinda.
Smashed it. I'll tell the stackers.
But it was a job I could shut my laptop at 6 o'clock, and I don't think about my job until it's time to log in again, right? And the job gave financial stability because it was a salary I never had before. So just on that note, my life was free.
For a little hot minute.
And so what I had to learn is not to stack my life, that little job bit, let me not say little job, that job, don't stack it now with pure busyness around it. That's why you're tired all the time, because you do the 9 to 5, whatever your 9 to 5 is, even if you work for yourself. But then in the evening, you do your 6 to 9 on the phone, mentoring, doing this, doing a quick Zoom. And by the time you blink, it's 11:30 and you're like, okay, let me have a cup of tea. But you're tired.
Yeah.
Come on now.
You can't even enjoy that.
No.
And
come on now.
you're not present for yourself.
Yeah.
And that's the bit where I got burnt out. So last year I made a choice. When those opportunities came my way, I just said, I'm not going to choose a job that sits in my purpose. I'm going to take a break in the daytime. So now, if and when someone says, I need to talk to you, I give them a slot. I'm available at this time.
Okay.
And it gives me time to prepare.
Yeah.
Because it's
Man's
definitely...
on the diving thing now,
it's not going to be hey, I just got Tetley Tea as my sponsor. Like, it's not going to be that.
Yeah.
So I can now say, all right, I've got my cup of tea, what's the problem?
Yeah.
And willingly I want to help, because my energy is not stored up in other people's stuff, right? But also I give time to myself.
Supposing you said there's a key thing there, and most people don't have a purpose. Does that make it worse?
No, it makes it easier almost, because You see, when you don't have...
on one one level, I think it does, because then there's not really a lot being asked of you.
But also, just on that note,
Yourself.
this is going back to what I just said, being okay with where you are. Don't feel like you have to do more. So if you have got the 9 to 5, that is a job, for example, and you don't quite know what you're supposed to be doing, but that job is serving its purpose for now. Maybe it's to pay your bills. Maybe it's to just give you that little 100 a month that you might have. It might not be lots of money, but it's giving you that.
Or pay for your son's football academy.
Yeah. Or it allows you to have one coffee a month with a friend, or just whatever it gives you. Just think of the stress you would have without it. And that's the purpose it's serving.
Because, all right, when we talk about purpose, we always think it's some, gigantic thing that the world has to know and what have you. And also, ultimately, when you think of someone that doesn't know their purpose, they feel like their life doesn't have much meaning. So, does purpose always have to be, like, I go into schools and talk to young children or help them out of gangs, or...
I think what's happened is purpose has been stigmatized. So, unfortunately, like mental health, purpose has been deemed as success. Purpose equals success, right? But I was talking to a mum the other day, and she was telling me that she don't feel like she got no purpose. And as she was talking, she's telling me, "Oh, my friends are always asking solutions about this." And I said, "Have you ever thought that your purpose could be a solutionist?" She's like, "Oh, so what job could I get?" I said, "You got the job." She's like, "What? Where?" I said, "With your
You've
friends."
been doing it already. You get me? You're not realising it.
And she didn't notice, because Instagram tells you purpose is when you're on the pulpit, or purpose is when, like you said, going into school. Your purpose could be your 9 to 5. Let me tell you, in every job I've had so far, I remember we had that chat last year, but you bust me up about whatever. But I went through about 3 jobs last year, and I thought I was the problem. I was, but in another way, no, I wasn't. Every job I went, every manager needed correcting from an SC perspective that I had no clue about. This year, one of the managers that I corrected last time, who was really on my neck, she messaged me on LinkedIn and said, "Shirina, you see that talk you gave me? No one's ever moved to me like that before." And she said, "Because of you, I got a director position position." I said, and she said, "I remember you told me I am capable, I'm worthy." And this is a woman who had no confidence, just was a shell on the floor. And I bust her up, but I empowered her. She's a director now.
Come on now.
So that's an example, like,
Come on now.
your purpose... I'll say it like this. Purpose is not a thing. It's a be.
It's a being.
It's a be.
Yeah, be.
Be happy. Be the joy.
Hey!
Be the word. Be the...
When we were courting and you asked me what was my purpose, do you know your purpose? Because that was like, I didn't feel pressure or anything at the time. I felt pressure after that conversation. Not pressure, but as in...
Am I living my purpose?
Well, I had to like check back, only because you said that you'd asked, several people along the way and no one knew what their purpose was, and that was kind of like a put off for you, how do you not know what your purpose is, But I answered it automatically, but I still had to go think afterwards, like, why did I respond as what I did? Do you remember what I said? Oh my gosh, see, after all that. Me thinking that was, a big key moment,
Nah, it's a key moment, but I can't remember now.
That's what
I'd be lying if I thought I wouldn't remember that.
Yeah, I said to be the light. I said to be light. I said to be light wherever I go.
Nah, I don't think you said that.
It's not resonating.
I ain't know it, but yeah. What do you think I said?
You didn't react. You didn't.
I did. I answered straight away.
Straight away. That's why I responded like, wow.
Yeah. But anyway, so my whole thing with that, when I actually is, and not light as in, I'm not holier than thou. I'm not, some angelic being.
You are, but yeah, go on.
Oh, bless him. Look at that. Make me feel all shy
Try
now.
to dim it down. You are.
Gas.
Yes.
Excuse me. But when I only started thinking about purpose when I was in Forest Hill, when I had the shop in Forest Hill, only because it became more clear and evident to me that people were drawn to me and actually wanted to hear my opinion on certain things or my advice on certain things, even things that I didn't necessarily have experience in, but they, you know, proper like were just open, and they literally came to the boutique to talk to me. You know what I mean? It became like prayer sessions, counselling sessions, both ways. You know what I mean? And I just felt like it was just light. I just felt like I was shining a light. I was being a light, like no matter where it was or who it was with. You know what I mean? Strangers even. And I think because I have a demeanour of I'm very open to talking to anyone and everyone, like literally. And I think I'm patient, you know, because there's certain times where I'll be in the shop and come and have some big old conversation, and I love people coming and going, like just looking at me like, why are you still like talk like but so rather than me try and
coming
put
at 10 o'clock at night, I thought the shop closed at 6, babe.
If I could tell you,
love and light, people.
Yeah, see, so there we go, love and light. Just passing on a bit of love.
I think one thing I would put out there for people who might be questioning, you know, what their purpose is. And by the way, it's okay if you don't know what it is, but ask 5 of your friends, what did they know you for? And see what the consistency is without asking them all at once.
Like,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, what day starts that again?
So ask 5 of your friends, like either the question, why do you come to me when you've got a problem? If it's that kind of scenario, or what's the top thing you know about me?
Okay. If you had to describe me or something like that.
Yeah.
Or
What do I add to your...
That's a good one still to do.
Why did you be friends with me? What value do I bring? Because then if consistently 3 things come up the same, then it could be a part of your
Yeah, he did. Like,
I don't know about that part.
Yeah, he did.
Well,
Like
what kind of friend is...
No, you know something, blood. You know you're a fool, and then you go, alright, cool, and then you get the next one, and you're a fool.
It's you're a fool, but so what's the but? That's what I'm
Yeah,
interested in.
Yeah, because that's what a lot would say about you.
That I'm what? I'm a fool.
Yeah, but as in banterish, like you're
He's
you
a
get
joker.
on my nerves,
Yeah.
but
You know what I'm saying, yeah? Always and forever.
why are you singing that
I
song?
don't know why, it's one of the things.
You wanted a moment.
This moment. No, don't put pressure on yourself in the sense of feeling like, I have to have a title.
You see,
what my purpose is.
the one thing you keep mentioning though, yeah, because you had the cancelling, and many people like, they can't really afford the whole thing. Like, it's a bit of a madness. And then you go to the normal cancelling thing they send you in that CBR, is it CBR? CBR thing, CBT thing, where it's a group of people, and then you can go through to the other bit where you can do the 6 sessions. So, and I've been through that, but the thing is though, that's 6 sessions, like, and then I only get 6 sessions to know the counsellor, and then
comfortable,
and then it gets a bit mad, and then people ain't got the financial, the capacity to do that. What
I
do
would
they
agree,
do?
but there is charities that do help support people that. So I would say do your research on, once you've had your 6 sessions, or you're coming maybe after your 3rd session of those 6, start looking for charities that help to support, because there's charities out there who may not give you free counselling, but in-house they have counsellors who will give you like a half price discount, or they might have free sessions that you can come to. To be honest, there's so much support now for mental health because it's a big deal. Even hospital offers free counselling. At the time when I done it 10 years ago, it wasn't popping, so it was really hard to get a counsellor back then, and a black counsellor was even harder. But now there's Frontline, that's a black organisation that do all types of therapies. And just another disclaimer, like, therapy isn't just talking. You have drama therapy, singing therapy, drawing therapy. There's loads.
See that, mine's open a bit.
Please do your research.
Mine's open.
Find out your love language. Find out your personality trait, and see, you know, if your personality trait is something you like to be creative, for example, and your love language is like, you like affirmations, then maybe you need someone to talk to. But say like you're someone who you're a creative, but you're an introvert. Maybe a drama session might be good. And the drama ones are good in that they give you scenarios and you have to act it out with other people.
Okay.
How you would respond.
Okay.
You know? So I know the talking therapy is spoken about the most.
But
That's the most popular. There's even swimming therapy.
You just naturally think. You see, I didn't think of swimming. No, man, why for the swimming? Not doing that.
I mean,
that's
up
who
to
goes
you.
swimming.
Swimming is
weird.
very therapeutic.
Yeah.
Skin all dry and that. No.
Cream it.
Oh wow.
Skin all dry.
But yeah, it's the world is your oyster. The world is your oyster.
Hey, was that a
Why
tune?
don't you use it like a passport
Is that a song?
to fly away? Yes,
that a
it's my song.
You've made it yourself.
Yeah.
Go on.
It's a hook of a poem, but yeah.
But you know that's since
Don't
it's on
steal
here
it.
now. It's on the.
Don't
It's
steal it.
copywritten, and so it's on it. So
No,
it's
it's already copywritten. So just know, yeah.
and take that. That's mine. That's mine now. That's mine. Where does your eyes start? Yeah, taking that. Now on the show, we like to do a thing where someone answers, someone from the previous show episode asks the next guest a question, innit? So, do you get that?
Wow, yeah.
So someone's gonna ask you a question.
Someone from your previous show is
Yeah.
asking me a question.
So I'm gonna ask you a question, and don't delay on it though. I don't want to hear no. You get me?
What do you mean?
I just can't stand people take long to answer.
Where do you see yourself in the next 3 years, and how are you going to get there?
That's the question.
Yeah, that's
Next
the question.
3
And then you've got.
Okay.
Wait, no, just
Just let her answer the question.
Yes.
I'll say nothing. Say.
Where do I see myself in 3 years?
And how are you gonna get there?
So in 3 years' time, do I need to say the specifics or just rough?
I don't know. You know, they didn't really say it. Any way you want it.
Okay.
You can answer it.
3 years' time, I'm going to be 40. Wow. So,
Swear down.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's big then. That's deep.
For
that's
me,
deep.
that's actually the milestone I never thought I'd see.
Go on.
So, I'm planning to have a big party for that one.
Come on now. There.
Just saying that, putting that
Turn
out
it
there.
up.
But 40, between now and 40, my goal is to become financially free.
Mm-hmm.
How I'm going to do that is I'm going to utilize the incomes I have now via working and my business to create a small portfolio of property, which will then create me passive income.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I'm in that financially free position, I would like to I haven't figured that bit out, but I want to do something for young girls in foster care, but
Okay.
who are leaving.
Okay.
And I want to do like a development program, like a mentorship in mental health, and potentially, this is giving away the whole thing, by the way, God's got me, tie it up also with business, but not for me, get someone else who's into the business side.
Yeah, enterprise and that.
And do that. Whether it'll be a business, who knows, but I just want to do it, even if it's free. I just want to do that. I really want to serve a couple of girls who have left care. The other thing, my goal is that by 40 I'm halfway to retirement. So I've got some other things in the bag that I'm looking to invest in.
So you could be like a nanny and that from that time. Boy, yo,
A nanny?
like
You said
babysitter
that.
and that.
But you're going to be big by then.
Don't matter, fam. We need we need someone in the house to watch.
My
this
okay.
shit.
So how are you gonna get there?
Wow, sis.
To
Halfway retired
halfway retired will be through the
to
properties.
the properties, isn't it? Once you
And
got
I want to
properties,
get
good.
one commercial property as well, and that is good finance.
Yeah.
But I have learnt how to trade, so that's another thing.
Okay.
And I'm now making money in trading. When I say that, as in I was losing, but I now know how to sort of make. And then I have a candle business, so at some point I'm going to sell that. I'm not going to keep it forever.
Mm-hmm.
I've already been offered a deal, but
So what? What are you saying? So what? We can retire and that.
Well, we can retire on her.
You know those friendships there. You get, always and forever. You get me? You know the way
Give me.
there. And we want sponsorship from the candles
Listen,
as well.
I got you lot.
We want
I got you.
sponsorship as well on the
I got you.
candles.
But
as
first
well.
I got my
So we
daughter
can put on our
first.
table, innit? We need candles on the table.
Yeah.
We need more candles. innit?
Or diffuser.
Yeah, we need sponsorship as well, so we're taking.
No worries, I
yeah,
got you.
thank
Nicolo's got you. But yeah, that's the route, and it's not filled with a lot of things just because I'm also allowing room for God to do whatever He decides.
Of course.
But this is my year for my word this year is freedom.
Okay, so you're on freedom thing. I'm on ability. So yours freedom. I like that.
Ability, freedom. What's yours?
Shan's just like empty.
No, it's not. I rebuke that. She's not empty. She's
No. No, because she ain't said nothing. You meant to be quick, isn't it?
No,
What's your one? Love and light, people. Love and light.
Travel's her word.
Yeah. Travel. No, go on. You got,
We say travel.
Can't take it out.
Oh, yeah. That's one.
Yeah, she did say that.
Yeah,
for me.
yeah,
She
she said
travel.
that.
I said, go on
So,
then. I'm not
travel.
going nowhere.
So yeah, I'm allowing God to. Whoa.
What's happening?
I'm not allowing God. God is gonna do what He needs to do.
Yes.
Yeah. But investments is the way I'm gonna go.
No, that's it.
And I'm still gonna work a job until then.
That's calm. Man can't do that.
Yeah.
No, that's.
I'm still gonna
To
work
be
a
fair,
job.
you don't need to fill it with
No.
like stuff
And
just
I plan
because.
to, with the freedom year, I'm gonna network my butt off this year
Okay.
so that I can meet who I need to meet.
How important is that? Do you like say, wow, I want to meet Obama. All right, cool. How do I get to Obama?
Shan, tell him please. Can you tell him about me? Because
What do you do?
But-
What's the techniques on it?
No, but she's kind of similar to you in a sense of like the networking side of things. And
So, for
just-
example, I just pick themes. So, I took 2 years out of networking for everyone. Sorry, guys. I know there's a lot of people that see me in the street. They're like, "Where have you been?"
Yeah.
I'm here, and everything, whatever. But I took 2 years out because I was starting to network for no reason, just to network.
For the
Okay,
sake of it.
okay.
So this year, my networking is to build network of relevance
Okay.
and worth, but also networks of knowledge, specifically in property for me this year.
Okay.
But also connections that might just become useful because part of my purpose is to build platforms, and it doesn't have to be out there, within me, to say, if someone comes to me and says, oh, I need a builder, my sister calls me, I know to call you because I have you as a contact.
Come on.
Someone calls me and says, I need sunglasses. Oh, I know this person. Boom. Here's the website. Shan, I've sent someone your way. Boom, 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 boom. That's me all day long. That's all I do. But if I don't have the roster, what will I do? Do you know what I mean?
100.
But I'm starting to not build that roster for others. I'm building it for myself. So that if I say, oh, I need cupboards put up, who can I call?
Come on now.
Yeah.
Like that.
Oh,
man.
I need 10 grand today. Who could borrow me that?
Come on now.
Well, the property element, we can definitely.
That's definitely something.
Can
Well, you
I,
lot investing. Yeah, is that what you're doing?
Come on
the
now.
whole mindset is,
Always
like the
and
homes under the
forever.
hammer.
Shan loves that program. I don't
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the moment, I'm watching the one where they go to investors. So they have a house already and they can't sell it. It's been on the market for a long time.
Okay.
And then the investors have cash, but they have to sell it to the investor.
Okay.
Why?
What program's that?
I'll send you the link.
What is that, a TV program?
It's on
Yeah.
Netflix, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Send
Yeah, it's
that.
But yeah, it's definitely something we
I do
can,
love I met that guy, Homes Under the Hammer. I went to his
What,
course.
there in Dublin and that?
Yep. Went to his course. I did
Yeah.
his weekender. That's why I'm going into property, because I've got the qualification there.
You're gas now.
Um,
Gas.
Charman. Don't worry, my time's still.
No, good. Hey, you need to.
I can give you the books and stuff. It's
we're
still
gonna-
got everything.
Oh, yeah.
Still
Yeah,
got
we got.
everything.
Hey, teeth. I love that. Hey, I
Excuse
beg
me?
you though. You got to give a question to
Next guest.
the next guest, but into that camera in it. You get me?
As an adult, is it an adult you're gonna have? Yeah.
I don't.
Yes.
I guess so. I don't see kids
Yes.
on your show.
Yes.
Might be.
No, it is an adult.
Okay. As an adult,
Yeah.
what do you do for fun that is not inclusive of drinking and raving?
Wowzers. Wowzers. What do you do for fun that's not inclusive of drinking and
Drinking, smoking, raving.
Right, calm.
What do you do for fun?
Could be creative.
Mm.
I like being creative.
What do you do for fun, Jen?
Mix of that. So I like doing, videos, pictures. I like going to sauna.
For 4
like
hours. And
sleeping.
that. Who goes in the sauna for 4 hours? Who does that, fam?
P.S. That
Yeah,
last session was lit.
I like.
4 hours, you know? I'll be back in 2 hours. Yeah, man.
I like just being in the sun,
Yeah, she loves the sun.
and just getting engrossed in a good book.
What about you? What about you?
I like spending time with my kids.
Love that. I love spending time with my daughter. Specifically doing anything where it's like tag team or going to the arcade or any kind of thing like that.
Competitive thing,
She's
yeah, the
very
competitive
competitive, so I just like to push her.
Yeah,
It's great. I love holidays. If I could be holiday all year, I would. And I like to laugh. I just like to laugh. Everyone knows me. I love to laugh.
No, go on.
So if I have to do something silly and play it back to myself, that's what I do.
No, thanks for coming down and that. It's appreciative and that.
Thanks for
It was a
having
good,
me.
but like.
I know, that was a deep subject, but
It was
was...
deep. We had a counselling session as well, so to get
got
me.
rebuked.
Yes.
To get me, she came dressed in black to come to kill and destroy to the year.
That's right.
But nah, thanks for coming down and appreciate it. But we had to give her your flowers as well as just to get some insight in terms of what people are. Hopefully, people could take this and put some bits and pieces and take some gems from it.
And if not, they can holler me for sessions.
Yeah, man.
Coming in 2023.
Yeah, we're sponsored by we got a counsellor. We got sponsored by Kemi.
Kemi.
Kemi does the counselling as well. So we got
okay.
so yeah, we got the video in there plugged somewhere into there. So yeah, don't feel no way, people.
No, and check out Inner Glow candles.
Come
Yes.
on now, that's our new sponsorship as well. We're gonna have bare sponsorship by the end of this whole thing, you know. Just random bare.
Not
But
random. I'm not
I'm about to
random.
say,
I'm not
random.
random.
We're gonna have bare.
Glow.
No, we're gonna have like from. We're gonna have from.
Why are you voice going like the next octave?
What?
He's
Go
I'm
on.
right
Passionate.
here.
He's
Oh,
passionate.
sir,
I know, it's
Thank
passion.
you. Thank you.
And because you got the Arsenal top on as
Come
well.
on now, come on
You know
now,
what I mean?
come on.
Giving him the extra.
Right, give them the outro though. Give them the outro.
You do this to me all the time. Like, alright, peeps, thank you. If you haven't subscribed yet, then what are you waiting for?
Why's your voice going up though as well?
Don't forget the notification, yeah, so you can stay on top of everything that lands on our page. Don't forget, engage, like, and share. And yes, love and like people. But now, blessings to my sissy Shirina. Thank you.
Yes to my sister. Yes to
Thank
my
you
bro.
for all those gems that you dropped, and thank you for just being open and sharing.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, a part of your story. Just a part.
Pleasure.
I mean, don't worry, round 2.
Should be back. Pete.